Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is Cody, your dear engineer host. One more round today of Python 0. First, I have to apologize since I cannot do my usual episodes at speed. I'm quite busy these days, so please forgive me, but that's life, Sometimes you work more, sometimes you don't have so much time for your free time stuff, whatever. Today I will be covering one more episode for classes since I was asked for one more special topic. And I will be talking about inheritance. Oh, we go red today. Like the blood which I've shed all those nights I've been working now. No, we will be talking about inheritance, which just means that we have one class here, which let's call it, oh no, we don't go with boring names. Let's call it human, okay? And what we want to do is, for example, you have properties inside here like, I don't know, height, okay? And what we want to do is we want to do a second class, which kind of like, let's call it a zombie today. I'm in zombie mode. I'm not sick, no, not that you think it that way, but I don't know. Sometimes you have those times where you like to watch zombie movies. And what we want to do is we want to use inheritance here, which is in UML. You usually write it with this arrow here. And what it does is it kind of copies all this stuff here down into also this class. So it's kind of like a child inherits everything from its parents, but we all know that in real life you don't do that. Usually children become sometimes very, very different from their parents. But in software, it's ideal. Quite optimistic. So let's get started. We will start off here by declaring our human class. And I don't know, let's do a constructor. Please forgive me that I don't do the documentation here, but otherwise we will be watching this for another 25,000 years. I don't know, what shall we do? Let's specify a height. I don't know. No height here. Height. Oh no, I'm not with. Let's call it gender. Yay. And we will simply assign it to ourselves. And this is our base class. Now, how does inheritance work? So let's go here. We define a zombie and inherit from human. And here we go. I don't think we need we don't need the constructor here. We can simply use pass and everything should be fine. So we do our usual declaration here for the function running. I will show this maybe also in this video while I'm doing this. It's so you guys understand what I'm actually doing here. Maybe we'll do this first. Come on. I just want to show you why I do this if in the lower part. So let's think of that way. You have some code here, and let's say we're a female. I'm not a female, just in case, but we just pretend. So you can launch the script, of course. Let's launch it. Oh yeah, we should maybe use a print here. But not here. Oh, today's already 1:00. Sometimes there you have those days where you have a billion typos, which kind of tells you, like this typo I just did. It just tells you should most probably do something different. Why are you not liking me? Oh. So finally, we did it. We did it. Okay, we create our human, and we can check the gender. I'm pretty sure it's a female here, but just in case, you know, you never know, so you have to look inside, and here it is. It's a female. This is kind of like how when you run the script, but sometimes you don't want to run this code here. So, for example, when you do an import, let me just maybe let this code in here. To total confusion today. So you do from classes to, we want to just import some classes like the human. We want to import the human. And you see it is printing female because it is parsing the file through, and it kind of runs this code. And this is exactly why I always use this if clause here, because when you print it inside here, okay, and let's restart this here, and we do the import of the human. You see this code will not be run because underscore main name is not main, so we can just print it. We also need to quit again, and from classes to import the human, and here we go. So the underscore name is the module or file name itself. It is not main. Okay, just a brief whatever break. I think it's important that you guys know why I'm doing something like this. And here we go. We have the human and the zombie, and we created as a human, but of course, let's make a zombie directly. Maybe we can later switch it up a little bit. It should use the same constructor as here, and then we can simply print the zombie. That's nice. And here we go. Okay, now we have a zombie object. So what it's actually doing is it is stealing this function here, and it is copied kind of like inside of here because it is inheriting it. And what you can do is you can override this if you declare the function yourself. Okay, so you can do this, and then you can write I don't know, self.gender equals. Now we're not only a gender, but we're also a zombie. Okay, and let's run it again. Oh, maybe I should check the gender. Woohoo! Here we go. Okay, and as you can see, it is not using this constructor anymore. It is using its own because we've defined it, and this here overrides this here in the inheritance progress. Okay, so this is pretty neat. This is kind of like how functions always work. You can define functions here, which you can use in the lower class, but you can also override them here. One thing you might want to do is you might want to override here or trigger a super function. Okay, super. Oh, that's sounding crazy awesome. Yay! So what we want to do is let's go here. You kind of wanna that's the syntax. Just do this. It's also a little bit confusing. You need to do super. Okay, so you can see here. Yay! A small description here in my Visual Studio Code. And you have to specify here, a little bit confusing, your own class name. So we're a zombie. Okay, and then you have to pass in yourself. And then you just trigger the init function with whatever arguments you have, okay? And then we simply do append self.gender equals self.gender plus and zombie. Doo-doo. So what we do is we kind of say, okay, when I construct myself, and this is done very often, what I show now, first do the constructor of your parent, and then do your own thing with the data, okay? And this can be really useful in many occasions, and it should work out the same way. Yeah, as you can see, it's saying female and zombie like I wanted. This is kind of like inheritance. You can also inherit from multiple classes, okay? So not just from human, but multiple classes. But this is something, one of those lessons which I've learned, I don't know, by experience. In Python, you usually don't use inheritance that much, yeah, okay? It's much more useful in C and C++ simply because the language is functioning differently and it checks a lot more. And here in Python, what happens is that you sometimes use single inheritance, but what you also many times do is you kind of kill out the inheritance and do something differently. So you say maybe you pass in a human, and you say, okay, you kind of wrap it this way. And what do you do with this is kind of some people say association before. It's called association before. How is it called? God damn it! Inheritance. Programming and thinking is very difficult. No, it's just let's do the dict thing. Watch the previous video if you don't know what this is meaning. And what you kind of do is you kind of wrap, you like to wrap other data objects, which is usually much more convenient, and it has more freedom, and it has not such a strict coupling, okay? And you rarely tend to use multiple inheritance, especially, and even single inheritance is not that often used as people tell you to. I think you can almost do anything by this. Simply, if you want to wrap an object, you can assign it as property to yourself and do the data manipulation. I think this is, for Python, it is the way to go if you have a choice. Also think about one thing which is very important. There is no general rule for a design of a software, even though many people have many best practices, but for a specific problem, you might have to break all rules which people tell you. So, like I say, this is the common way. Do it that way if you can, and if you think that it's right, and if you feel uncomfortable, use inheritance. That's all for today's episode. I will be watching what I don't know what I will do next. Maybe modules and stuff like this. I think you guys want to write your own modules. And yeah, just write in the comments or write me an email like always and tell me what you want to see. Okay. Have a nice day, and I hope you don't meet any zombies. See ya.